This is page 267. Number 34. The student council is asking people to donate money for the new park outside the school. Everyone who makes the suggested donation amount will be given a bracelet. The suggested donation amount is written on the jar over here. It's $2 per donation. If everyone donates the suggested amount and B bracelets are given away, what algebraic expression represents the total amount collected in donations? So if every person donates $2, that's going to be 2 times. It's going to be 2 times what? Well, in this case, it's going to be 2 times B because we don't know how many people there are who are donating. So it's going to be 2 times B, and the way that we write 2 times B is 2 right next to B. That's the best answer for number 34. Let's check out number 35. Mr. Delgado has some young orange trees. He wants to plant them in 46 rows. If T is the number of orange trees, write an algebraic expression to represent how many trees he can plant in each row. So he's got a whole bunch of trees and he wants to divide them into 46 rows. What's going to be T divided by 46? T is the total number of trees and there's 46 rows. It's going to be T over 46. It's T divided by 46, but it's written in algebra as a fraction, T over 46. Number 36. There are 15 violinists in the orchestra this year. Next year, 2 violinists will leave and some new violinists will join. If V is the number of violinists who will join the orchestra, write an expression to represent the number of violinists in the orchestra next year. So the way I think about this is how many violinists are in the orchestra right now? It's 15. And some are going to leave. It says right here, 2 will leave. So that means 15 minus 2. We have 15, 2 are going to leave. But then some new ones are going to join. How many? We don't know how many. It says some new violinists will join, and it's V. V is how many kids are going to join. Join means add. So the first best answer is 15 violinists minus the 2 who will leave, and then add V. That's the best answer that we're looking for. Another option though would be is if you actually do 15 minus 2 and get 13, and then add V to that. So here's why. There's 15 kids in the orchestra, or 15 violinists. 2 are going to leave, so that's 15 minus 2, and then some new ones are going to join, and it's V. We don't know exactly how many that is, but it says it's V, so it's the best answer is 15 minus 2 plus V. All right, let's check out the next set. Number 37 reads, Jill, Meg, and Beth are sisters. Jill is 2 years younger than Beth. Beth is half as old as Meg. Let M represent Meg's age. Yeah, okay. That's an important one. Let M represent Meg's age. Write 2 other algebraic expressions based on this situation. Tell what each expression represents and what the variable stands for in each expression. So we start with Jill. How can we figure out Jill's age? Well, it says she's 2 years younger than Meg, and how old is Meg? Meg is M. So Jill's expression would be M minus 2, because she's 2 years younger. And that doesn't look like a 2, so I'm going to fix it. So Jill's age would be M minus 2. Now what is going to be Beth's age? It says Beth is half as old as Meg. Well, how do you do half of something? You divide it by 2. So if we do Meg's age, that's M, and then we divide that by 2, we get M divided by 2. So those are the 2 answers. It's M minus 2 and it's M divided by 2. And the reason why it's M minus 2 is it's right here. It says 2 years younger than Beth. That means minus 2. And then this one right here says half as old as Meg. That means to take M and divide it by 2. Now how come we didn't figure out Meg's age? Because we already know it. M is Meg's age. It says right here, let M represent Meg's age. We don't know the exact number, but we know in algebra it would just be M. So that's actually all we need for that. All right, let's check out number 38. 38 is called multi-step. Will, Hector, and Lydia volunteered at the animal shelter in March and April. The table shows the number of hours Will and Hector volunteered in March. Let X represent the number of hours Lydia volunteered in March. So let's go down to March here and let's add a spot for Lydia. It says right here that Will did 3 hours in March, Hector did 5 hours in March, and Lydia did X hours in March. Let X represent the number of hours Lydia volunteered in March. So Lydia did X hours in March. Now we're going to go talk about April. Now how are we going to do that? Well, I would actually just add a column over here for April. And we've got a spot for Lydia as well. All right, so it says Will's volunteer hours in April were equal to his March volunteer hours plus Lydia's March volunteer hours. Write an expression to represent Will's volunteer hours in April. So what did Will do in March? He did 3 hours. It says it was equal to his March volunteer hours, which was 3, plus Lydia's March volunteer hours. So what did Will do in March? 3. What did Lydia do in March? X. The answer is 3 plus X. And really, we should put that on the line right here. It's 3 plus X. And question B says, Hector's volunteer hours in April were equal to 2 hours less than his March volunteer hours plus Lydia's March volunteer hours. Write an expression to represent Hector's volunteer hours. Well, it says right here that it was equal to 2 hours less than his March volunteer hours. Well, his March volunteer hours were 5. 2 hours less than that means minus 2. And then it says plus Lydia's March hours. Well, Lydia's March hours were X. And the third question, C, says, did Will and Hector volunteer the same number of hours in April? Explain. The answer is yes. And why is this yes? Because 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. If I solved this 5 minus 2 right here, I'd get 3. And then each of the expressions would be 3 plus X. So that's a good enough answer for question C. Yes, because 5 minus 2 equals 3. All right. One more question for this page. Number 39. The town of Rayburn received 6 more inches of snow than the town of Greenville. Let G represent the amount of snow in Greenville. Write an algebraic expression to represent the amount of snow in Rayburn. Well, it's G and then 6 more inches. What operation is that? It's just G plus X. G plus 6. That's it. G plus 6. Okay, good job. You're done with page 267. The next video, we'll attempt a couple of the problems on page 268.